Hey, thanks for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast, festival edition. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today, we're with Debbie Reeh. She's from Fredericksburg, Texas. They host a number of events through the year. We're highlighting Oktoberfest in the fall, but they have a number of events. We'll talk about them as well. Debbie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate being on.
Debbie, give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up? Talk just a little bit about your family and your career.
All right. Well, thank you. I was born in Michigan, moved a couple of times, ended up in Chicago. Then my dad, with his career, an electronic engineer, took us to Mexico City. So we lived in Mexico City for several years, and then we moved to the border of Texas, Piedras Negras, and then moved to Eagle Pass, which is the neighboring, and had a delightful upbringing. Got to thoroughly enjoy both cultures and learn both. And I must admit, I love Mexican food. So it's been a great life. I've enjoyed it, and I look forward to many more years. My brother is in Austin. He has a degree in ornithology. He has a PhD in ornithology, as a matter of fact, and is also an artist. So he's doing very good. My parents, unfortunately, are both watching from above.
Oh,
and then I moved to Fredericksburg over 40 years ago.
Okay. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk Oktoberfest. I always ask these three questions. What does it look like? What does it sound like? Meaning music, environment, activities. What does it smell like? Meaning food. People always want to know that. Tell us about your Oktoberfest.
What it looks like is you walk into a German atmosphere. We have, because Fredericksburg is a German community founded by Germans in 1846. So when Fredericksburg was born 43 years ago, we chose to maintain the German culture. So our slogan is Oompa at its best. We only hire German bands, German Czech bands, I should correct that. Many of them play other music like country and western, or some even do a little rock and roll, but the majority of it is polka. And I have 5 stages of music now. We are large enough to where we have 2 street closures so that we can add, I've got on one street, I have 300 feet worth of tent. And then on another street, we use that for backup for trucks, ice trucks, etc. So it is Fredericksburg's largest festival, and we maintain the German spirit and the German look and the German feel. So more and more and more people are dressing the part. They'll wear their dirndls and they'll wear their lederhosen, and you see families coming dressed that way too. And we have several events throughout the weekend in addition to the music, which are a lot of fun. We have the Hauptstrasse chicken dance, which is the Main Street chicken dance. We actually, from one corner of Main Street to the next corner of Main Street on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. sharp, we'll have between 300 and 500 people line up just to do the chicken dance. So it's great. We have a family lederhosen and dirndl contest.
Okay.
And that, brings out the whole family, and it just gets people in the spirit. So, and I've noticed over the years as I've been working with Oktoberfest is more and more people are dressing the part, and that's fun. As far as the smell goes, you can't help but not smell the sausage and the sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And a lot of it. One of the most popular plates that you'll see.
That's perfect. That's perfect. What's the best part of Oktoberfest for you?
For me, it's the camaraderie in the family. I see so many families coming, and the spirit is there. People are happy. It is a large event. However, people go and they feel safe. Our children's area is large for our size footprint. And do you know what a high striker is?
No.
It's where you take a mallet and you hit a bell and it rings.
Oh.
And we have 6 of those that were made by my high striker committee. So little 3-year-olds have their very special high striker to adults. And we have some champions that return year after year with their medals because they want to beat the guy that may have beat them last year.
Well, how do you win? What's the how do you win?
Because when you hit the bell, it's got a ring up at the top.
Uh-huh.
It goes up. In fact, when I'll send you a photo of it. It's
Okay.
it's quite fun to look at. But so you've got to ring the bell, and you do that with strength. And the adult one is pretty hard, as you can well imagine. But we have a lot of people returning annually just to be able to do that. So that's a lot of fun.
I got you.
And then we have lots of food concessionaires. Our artisans are really good artisans. They have to qualify. They have to a high percentage of what they bring has to be made by them. And we also, for Fredericksburg's Oktoberfest was founded by a group of artisans. Mm-hmm. So they have to, the art is a big component. The art needs to be true to its name. We also need to have, we also have a tent that is dedicated just for people that are local artists. And we give them that tent at no charge, and they can come in and sell their artwork.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right, let's touch on the other 4 events that you host there annually. Hit those for me.
The next one coming up is the Fredericksburg Craft Beer Festival. And what we feature there is just Texas craft beer. So this year we have about 22 Texas craft brewers coming to showcase their Texas craft beer. We also have a competition the night before, and that is really a great competition. Folks love it. We have music, we have food concessionaires. It is sponsored by the Rotary Club in Fredericksburg, and it is in its infancy. Oktoberfest is celebrating its 43rd anniversary. The Fredericksburg Craft Beer Festival is celebrating their 2nd anniversary. So it's in its infancy.
Yeah.
I hope to visit with you again in 10 years to let you know how successful it's going.
Oh,
and our next one is July 4th. The July 4th parade is sponsored by the city, but I've been on that committee for 20 plus years, and that is just a great, you just feel proud to be part of the United States when you come to that festival. And then we have Oktoberfest, and then after that we have the Fredericksburg Food and Wine Fest. That is celebrating its 33rd anniversary, and it has its model is Texas wine. So we'll have 22 award-winning Texas wineries join us that day. We also have 3 special dinners and brunches that go with that. We have food concessionaires. We have artisans that sell things such as olive oils and cheeses. Anything that's made Texas comes to our festival, and that's a great event too. So those are the events that I'm currently involved with.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, listen, Debbie, I'm in live music. I'm in live entertainment. We travel all over the country. I always like to ask this next question because it just gives me a little feedback just like to survey just a little bit and find out. So my question is simply this: what is the best concert you've ever seen in your entire life, Debbie?
Oh gosh, that's a big question, and that wasn't on your list. So let me see.
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, it was. There it is. There it is. I was interpreting that as Oktoberfest. Well, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, Debbie, let me ask you the second question then.
And Johnny Cash. In fact, I met Johnny Cash.
And Johnny Cash. You could bring one musical act or artist, dead or alive, to Fredericksburg. Who would you bring?
Well, you could come to Fredericksburg, Texas.
Man, you made that easy for me. All right.
Well, have you ever heard of Lukenbach, Texas?
Absolutely. We play it every week.
They're good friends of mine.
Really? So we've been through Lukenbach. It's like there's nothing left, right? I mean, the last time we were there, God, I don't even know how many buildings were, maybe 10, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's Lukenbach.
And maybe less than that. So yeah, no, that's great. Debbie, I've been selfish. I've been asking you a lot of questions because we're trying to learn about you as we go through there. But this is the point in the show where you get to ask me a question. Debbie, what would you ask me?
Well, I want to know about you. I want to know about your musical career, and I want to know how you got into doing podcasts. And I want to also compliment you on your popularity.
Well, I appreciate that. I gosh, okay, I'm going to give you the 2-minute rundown. I'm the son of a preacher and a music teacher all in one. So came from great family, have great parents. I was a rebel child, if you want to say for sure. Still have a part of that in me. I was a chiropractor for 15 years. Went on The Voice, had a little success, and got the live performance bug, and did everything that I could to start making that my career. 6 years later, I did that, started doing that full time. The podcast happened because of COVID. So many venues were shutting down, and a few venues were thriving and doing really, really well. And so I just wanted to spread the knowledge that we were learning from the venues that were succeeding, and, confiding within their county and their state regulations. They were still open. They were still making things work. So we started sharing that information. When COVID lifted, I kept the podcast going because there's so many venues and so many events and festivals out there that I knew nothing about. I wanted to learn for my sake. And now people are willing to travel, and they plan their whole year in advance to attend new festivals and new events. And so we want to be a part of that and share that information. And that's kind of how it all happened.
That is great. That's very exciting. Where do you live?
So I am in Nashville or in Kansas. Right now I'm in Kansas. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My daughter just graduated high school. So
congratulations.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It don't feel so good, man. She's 18 and I rarely see her anymore. So, and that's her choosing. You know how it is when you're 18, ready to get out there. And so we're excited for her. But yeah, I didn't have. She has a great mama, and we got along really good for the kids. Debbie, how do people find out more about the events that you have going on there in Fredericksburg?
Well, the best thing to do is probably do it the old-fashioned way and give me a call, because we can really answer a whole lot of questions. Each of the festivals that I mentioned all have their own website, but the best way to answer, which they can just Google, but 830-997 8515, and we'll be happy to get those folks the answers they need, brochures, lodging information about Fredericksburg, anything they may need.
That's perfect. Debbie, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it greatly.
Thank you. When will this be?
Well, baby, I'm on.